Hello, this is a bit of a special treat. It's a vintage kit review this time, not available in the shops. This is the Matchbox Armstrong Whitworth Siskin IIIA. And you don't get more British aircraft manufacturer name than Armstrong Whitworth, do you? It's a two-colour kit, so that's irrelevant. I can't remember when this was built. This was first made, but those aficionados of Matchbox will be able to tell you its provenance, so its age. All Matchboxes, they show the old other aircraft you can buy in the range. It's the box with the window in the side on the back. Two different versions. I mean, the art in those days is so evocative. It says here 1974 Leslie products, but most things were 1974. So I don't know if that's when it was made or whether that's generally a time of when it was first copyrighted. Printed and made in Great Britain. That's good, isn't it? That's that. You can get that these days on the boxes too. Printed and made in Great Britain. A little bit of bump on the what the aircraft is. Bringing that up close to you. I can hold it without getting you all dizzy with. You can see, nice little bit of detail on the back of the box without you opening it. Back to focus it. Come on, focus. Yeah, are you focusing or what? Really? Come on, focus. Didn't want to focus then, did it? There we are. Yeah, back and forth. Right. Now, as you can see, some of it's £2 when it was first bought. Not by me. I bought it a little later. It's the oldest kit I've got. At least 20 years oldest that I've had this unbade. Side opening box. Just tip everything out. Tip everything out here. So there we are, two-colour kit. And for a silver aeroplane, the colours are yellow and blue. Because why not, isn't it? Actually, it says two-colour kit, but there's some silver colours as well, some grey colour. So I don't know what that's about. No, I think that might be from another kit, to be honest, because those, I mean, there's a tail wheel in it, and that's a pitot tube, and these are two rather substantial looking guns, although that looks like I'm not sure what that is. So these parts, probably wherever I got it from, I put the parts in here from another kit. That's the mystery of the history of these Matchbox kits you buy second or third or fourth or fifth hand. I've got to put this in a tissue. It's the screen. If I can get that to focus. Is that going to focus? I don't want anybody telling me fortune by now. See my palm in my hand. Anyway, the actual part is there. Little screen there for the it's there actually, isn't it? Little screen for the pilot, little windscreen. That's what we got instead of a canopy, because these are the interwar period, before you had enclosed cockpits, which I believe were first on a Gladiator. This is probably 1920s rather than 1930s. So let's see what it says in the back. 1928. There we are. And 1931. So it's on the cusp of 20s and 30s. Put the two-coloured sprue to one side a minute. Inside you've got some very old decals, but I'm hoping they still work for anybody who builds this. And building it might seem a bit of a sacrilege, but people do. Good old Matchbox decals. I always say decals. Instructions. These are decals. Notice off. That's a decal. Decal. That's a instructions booklet. So it shows where to glue. Very nicely laid out. Usual layout of a Matchbox kit. Everything you need to know. You always got the multi-part engine. Say always, often. Multi-part engine there. You put that on afterwards. It says put it on now, but put on stage 5, but you can put it on later. Put it on last if you want. The quite a intricate undercarriage, but and even a little step, look, they've got for getting on. That's good to go, isn't it? Considering this is at least a 1970s era kit. 70s, maybe a little later, but I think it's about a 70s era kit. Not bad at all, considering. Usual multilingual table of colours. Alright. I always find the covers on here a bit evocative as well. But, there we are. Siskin IIIA. I don't know what the first and second Siskin were like, but now another thing you don't get these days, it's the stand included. Let's have a good look at this stand, because they're something you don't get these days. If I can get that in focus. There we are. The old M-shaped stand. M for Matchbox. 3-part stand. Okay. Try and get this back in focus again. There we are. That's more or less it, isn't it? So, what have we got? We have already taken off the sprue, because this isn't the first time anybody's opened it by a long chalk. The fuselage, the big fuse. If that's the actual French for the big fuselage. I'm joking, of course. That's why it's not funny. It's not funny. And that's more or less the size of the kit. That's the size of a pen. Can you even see it? I've not got it on the screen, have I? There we are. There's the length of the fuselage, the length of a pen. It's quite a small aircraft, and 172, a small model. But in this case, the wing, it's like a 1.5 wings. The small wing holding the big wing in place in a way. It's a 1.5 plane instead of a biplane. And there we go. That's how that arrangement is. And unlike other biplanes, you've actually got the underneath roundel on the underneath of the top wing, because there's such a lack of overlap. You've got the visible roundel, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's by the by. And here's the glorious blue. You've got all the parts that you need, nicely laid out. Tail, front gun area, over the engine. Well, the engine's by there, isn't it? But so, front empennage, whatever you want to call it. These must be the exhausts, and the 2 parts of the engine. Not sure where that is. I think that's where the engine goes on. I noticed the I'll bring that to you again. Drop my cocktail stick now. If I can focus that in again. You've got this jigsaw sort of interlocking system, which is the same as the Matchbox's Gladiator kit. That's how they got the 2 central strut areas joined in, those joined together, and then you've got those 2 they've probably got on this part here then. Very ingenious way of building. Simple but nevertheless effective. Very basic seat, which Matchbox I think is the only thing it lets it down with. Is Matchbox is the seats are always very basic, but that's focusing for the back. Anyway, I'm waffling a bit, but there you go. They're genuine, not available in the shops. Armstrong Whitworth Siskin, and this is just for completeness, the propeller and little man. Same little man flies all the Matchbox planes. Right, that's what you get here in your old Matchbox £2 at the time kit. Thank you for watching. I hope that was enjoyable, even if it wasn't informative. But now you've seen it, keep an eye out for one in the second-hand market. And bye bye. Ta-ra.